Joe Diomede coming at you, Joe's Philosophy, last day of May 2024. So, in the second day of June, I will be heading up to Zurich and with a friend, and then from there I'll take the bike out of his car and start pedaling north to Sweden, first through Germany, then Denmark, Sweden, Norway. That's the idea of the trip anyway, and the idea of the trip is to get back out there. You know, my bike's in good shape, and I'm in good shape, and I have all my camping equipment, and I just feel like I'm going to get out there and, you know, just restart, rejuvenate, meet some people. I love meeting people because, as my shirt says, there's no strangers on this planet. And I think on this earth, if you want to directly translate it, and I just think it's the same thing. Like, you know, I forget who, there was another famous author who had, there's no strangers in this room, in this place, people we just haven't met yet. And so that's the vibe I'm going out with. I mean, I know there's people in Denmark, Sweden, Norway, Germany, Switzerland, there are some people I do know in Zurich and some people I might know along the way, stop by friends' houses, but mostly I'm going to be meeting new people, getting out there, because there's too much distraction right now. If you do watch the news and what's going on, too much negativity trying to face us with fear. And, you know, fear, Angie introduced me to these two acronyms her and her friends were talking about. Fear, the one acronym could be forget everything and run. Or the other one is face everything and rise. And I like that one, face everything and rise. You know, it brings me back to my Cycles of a Traveler days in my book when I was on my way to Alaska, and I was really kind of nervous, and I stopped at a friend's house in Connecticut, and he was asking me why I was so nervous, and I told him, I said, look at the map, dude, 5,000 miles. And it was crazy. I was in my 20s riding my motorcycle, street bike from New York, and you know, he said, so why are you doing it? Why don't you just hang out here with me for the weekend and go back home? And I was like, no, man, because I got to face the fears. I need to do it. And he kind of didn't understand it at the time. Maybe he does now. Or, you know, but I just was like, yeah, man, I have to. And, you know, sure, I went through a big few days of like, breathing heavy, looking at the map. Didn't even look at the map for the first few days. And then had the most fabulous life, which led me to do many other things, living in California, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, I've had to do that a few times in my life. So, face everything and rise. I like that. Hopefully we can do that together. You know, there are people out there watching this who maybe have just had diagnoses of you know, that seem insurmountable. I know a couple of friends and even family members right now going through some heavy stuff health-wise, and you know, their attitudes are unbelievable, and that is going to help in whatever the future holds. That's going to help the present moment for them to heal, to feel the best they can in the moments, and probably take them on to a healthy future. Let's hope it does. And the most important part is that what it does for the present moment, it just gives hope and inspires people. I know those people I'm talking about have inspired me enormously. I'm on my little trip facing everything and rising, and they're on their bigger trips of you know, health. Or I have a friend who's, you know, some friends disappointed because the piece of property that they wanted to get fell through. But, you know, it's a bummer, and I'm not downplaying at all, but, you know, something better is going to happen from it. Let's hope. And if we keep in the present moment, smiling and not giving into the fear and facing it together, that's great. That's what I have to do. And another reason I'm going on this trip is because my addiction to the mobile phone has gotten a little bit, I mean, addiction, you know, I use it a lot more than I ever envisioned myself using a mobile phone. First time I met a guy with a mobile phone in '94, I was going across America on my bicycle, and I was like, that's never going to work. Well, another bad business move by Joe. Anyway, I'm going back to the old days. I'm taking my old film camera, which I'm going to use for my thoughtful pictures. I got a 36 exposure film, and then I got a 24 roll. So between those two, I will see what is ahead in Norway and Sweden. And that brings me to my paper map, which I'm going to use. Try not to use, no, I probably won't use, you know, GPS or anything like that. So I want you, if you want to write me in Denmark, Copenhagen, you got to write Poste Restante, Joe Diomede, Poste Restante, Copenhagen, Denmark, and General Post Office. Put that in there somewhere, maybe on the second line, Joe Diomede, General Post Office, Poste Restante, Copenhagen, Denmark, and I will get those letters, but you got to send them in the next week or so. So if you get this, and if anyone's used to my traveling from the old days, you'll know about Poste Restante, and I always wrote postcards back. So if I get any letters requesting a postcard, give me your address and I will write you back. So yeah, that's the nice part of it. And facing the fear is a great thing. I'm going to keep everybody in my mind who was going through some sort of disappointment at the time and face the fear. I'm facing my fear. Yes, self-imposed for sure. Last year I had the little iron crisis, a little health crisis I didn't know I was going through, and I woke up every day thinking what's going on, but I did that trip and now I feel better, so I want to push it a little more. Hopefully we all push ourselves a little more every day, and if you were able to get up and walk and move around and do it, we're not too old to stop having adventures. We're not too old or too young or too ill maybe, to get out there and just push ourselves and do something new, meet somebody new, give somebody an embrace, and read a good book if you want. I just read Jonathan Hardy, H-A-R-I, not H-A-R-R-Y, Stolen Focus, all about how a lot of the devices are stealing our focus. Not only that, stress, work-related stress, money problems, all these things that our life creates, but try to rise above them, face everything and rise. And then I think life gets better and better and better. And maybe our planet will get better and better and better if I get out there and meet people and hug people and talk to people about life's beauty and wonder, and maybe inspire somebody. Maybe my channel inspires someone else. And my book, I know over the years, has inspired many people. My Cycles of a Traveler book, I have received emails over the last 10, 12 years, 14 years since it's been published, about people. It inspired some to quit their jobs and take a trip, some to take a trip and keep their job, some to get into bicycling, or some to do something else, take the hike they always wanted to do, whatever they wanted to do. And I just hope that we can all, on this travel together on this planet where there are no strangers, travel never ends. We're traveling through space. We're traveling every day in our local areas, in the wider areas. But keep on traveling, keep on smiling, keep on meeting people, keep on putting those positive vibes out there. I know I have to do that, and it fulfills me, and it gives me just hope that there is going to be a light at this weird time that we're living on this planet. And I think it's a weird time, but I think it's a wonderful time at the same time, because things are going to change and get better, especially if we all together face everything and rise, and don't let technology even get us down too much. Maybe do your own personal challenges. I don't know. If you feel that you're doing something that you don't like to do, try to change it. Whatever it is. Having one less beer, spending one less hour on the phone, whatever it could be, getting out and walking more. We all have to do it together, knowing that there's other people out there doing the same. I can't wait to meet the travelers and friends I will be making in the next 6 weeks. I love you all, and you all take care, be well. Everyone I mentioned before with those problems that you've been faced with, I'm with you, I'm taking you, I'm going to be sending you positive vibes. Send me some positive vibes as well, because I'm nervous and I don't know what's going to be happening in the next few weeks, and that's the exciting part. Joe's Philosophy, you take care, you be well, and we will talk again. And if you write me that letter, I will send you a postcard. You take care and keep on philosophizing.